Hello everybody, we are talking about the unfortunate news from yesterday, that being Andrei Svechnikov and his ACL injury where he's out for the season. You know, there's not much to say that probably already hasn't been said. We're just going to go through what happened and then of course talk about the implications. So as we know, against the Vegas Golden Knights, Svechnikov ended up getting a knee injury, and then of course we know what it is now, and it is an ACL related injury. He is going to undergo reconstructive surgery on Thursday. What exactly does this mean? I mean, you've probably already heard by now. He is out not only for, the coming regular season, the remaining regular season, but the rest of the season in general, which includes the Stanley Cup playoffs. So this is big. Carolina really just gets hit with two big injuries, being the Max Pacioretty injury and now of course Svechnikov. These are two players that would have played a big role for this team in the playoffs, and now they're not going to be there, and that's just the reality of the situation. What exactly does that mean for the team? It means that it's a big dent in their hopes for winning the Stanley Cup. Carolina, the Hurricanes, have not won a Stanley Cup since 2006, and this is a group that has been close. Of course, they went to the Eastern Conference Final back a few years ago. They played Boston. It didn't go too well, and they've kind of been stuck where they've been able to find some postseason success, but not enough. This is a group that is one of the better teams in the league, and this year they look to be one of the very best tip-top teams in the league behind the Bruins. But now you're looking at them without Pacioretty, which you weren't exactly sure what you're going to get there, but with Svechnikov, you know what you're losing, and that is just terrible. It makes you wonder a bit too if they, had a crystal ball where they've gone out and done more during the deadline. Carolina, likes the group that they have, nothing against that, but they got Gustafsberg and they got Puljujarvi. Those are not moves that are made by teams that really feel like they're in on a Stanley Cup unless they've got guys in the room that they like. The problem is you lose Pacioretty a couple weeks ago, maybe it was a little over a month ago, and now with the Svechnikov injury, you wonder who in that forward group is going to step up for them. I think this is going to have to be a team effort. They're going to have to come together, especially because, Svechnikov leads in so many categories, or at least is top 2 or top 3 in so many categories for the team, especially in the offensive game. And to have a winger like that plays a lot of minutes, third among all wingers on average time on ice per game played for the Canes, this is just going to be devastating for them. And you think that there's just no way that this team can get through it. But, this is Rod Brind'Amour's guys. They are going to be able to, rally and then weather the storm, hopefully. Ironic because they're Hurricanes. But with the playoffs approaching, that's just what that's going to have to do. They can't go out and get any flashy names. They have to make this work. And for other teams, especially out east, this likely is going to be a beneficial thing for them. You hate to be cynical or talk about anybody benefiting from somebody else's injury, but a wild card team especially is probably thinking that they caught a little bit of a break here. Not necessarily though, but in general, coaches and GMs watching the standings, knowing that they might have a matchup with Carolina, could look at this and say, well, this is not ideal that he got hurt, but for a team this might give us a better chance to win. And we will have to see. And of course, hoping that Svechnikov recovers and is able to go out back in the beginning of this upcoming season and, just really go out there and get it. As for his teammates, I'm hoping that Carolina can go on a deep run. Of course, it would stink for Svechnikov if it is without him. But for a club that really has done a lot of things the right way and have, got these young guys that they've built around, and a club that is just really likable in general, except for a few certain teams that they don't like them and a few fan bases. I really do want to see Carolina do it, a small southern market, but we will see. As for Svechnikov, we will probably see him sometime around October. What is it? It's March. I think it's at least a 5-month recovery, so August, September maybe, get around for preseason action and see how that goes. What are your thoughts on this, and how big of an impact do you think this is going to be, not only for Svechnikov, but especially his team and the other teams that are in the playoffs, or that will be in the playoffs? Let me know down below in the comments. Also, please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more stuff like this that's informational, but of course other videos are not injury related, stuff like that. Everybody stay safe, have a great night, and you go off hockey all right. Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.